Yes, good morning, students. I hope you might have understood the last lecture. Is what is amplitude modulation? What are its various components? I mean, carrier, upper sideband, lower sideband. Then, of course, what is modulation index and how much the bandwidth it is occupying. So, like 2 FM. So, we have discussed, and I hope you might have gone through the previous topics. So now before starting today's lecture, let me convey you once again the message given by the uh, CM of this state, Captain Brinder Singh ji. So under Mission Fateh, we all have to take precautionary measures just to avoid social gathering, keep social distance, and of course sanitize your hands, so that uh, you may sometimes may be in contact with some other persons or some uh, physical material mediums, or I mean other bodies. So just to avoid from that, you have to take precautionary measures of using this sanitizer, and of course you have to cover your face with mask and download the Kova app just for your awareness and for others as well. So let us start today's lecture. Okay. uh, Yesterday, amplitude modulated signal, it is consisting three components: carrier, upper sideband and lower sideband. And carrying signal is having a high amplitude, and it is carrying the both of the upper and lower sidebands, which contains the information. Now today's topic is what is power relations in amplitude modulated signal, or power relations in AM. Fine. So as we have just discussed that this AM wave consists of carrier and two sidebands. Hence, AM wave will contain more power than the power contained by an unmodulated carrier. So simply, unmodulated carrier means carrier alone. So that is having a the power of the carrier only, but it is consisting two side bands as well, because it is carrying two side bands which contains the information. And of course the total AM power will be large one. So amplitudes of the two side bands are dependent on the modulation index. So hence the power contained in the side bands depends on the value of the M. Okay, let us see how total power is looking like, and how it is the function of value of the modulation index M. The modulation index is nothing. This is the ratio of EM over EC. M is, and it is varying between 0 to 1. Fine. Now, as the AM is consisting three components: carrier, uh, then upper sideband and lower sideband. Of course, so for calculating the total power, we have to add these three. Fine. Carrier. Here, carrier is nothing like this is a voltage relationship with the resistance. Like power is equal to V square over R, or in terms of current, it is equal to I square R. So here, voltage is the voltage of the carrier is EC. So EC square over, I mean E carrier square over R, plus upper sideband voltage of upper sideband the whole square over R, plus voltage of lower sideband the square over R. So we have to add all these things. But where this E carrier, upper sideband and lower sideband, all these are RMS values of the carrier and sideband amplitudes. So R is the characteristic resistance of the antenna through which we can um, power can be transmitted, and this power is dissipated, especially as it is showing characteristic resistance R. Okay. So for calculating the carrier power, as we have just discussed, we have to take the RMS value. So if you want to calculate, if you want to see this in RMS, you divide this power by under root 2. Okay. Like, what is the amplitude of EC? EC is the amplitude divided by under root 2 the whole square over R. So it will come EC square over 2R, where EC is the P carrier amplitude. Fine. Now what about the power in sidebands? as both the sidebands are having same amplitude, so both will consist same power as well. And this ESB, this is sideband voltage, you know, the square over R. Fine. So here peak amplitude of each, as I just discussed last time also, because both the sidebands are containing information having same amplitude. So both are having this amplitude MEC over 2. So we have to take the RMS value of this. So divide by under 2 the whole square over R is equal to, now after calculation, this M square EC square over 8R, right? So both the sidebands are having same power, and this comes into this. So just manipulate mathematically. 8 will be broken into 4 by time, 4 times 2. So bring 2 with R, EC square over 2R means PC, I mean power of the carrier. So it means uh, M square over 4 uh, into PC. So this will be the power, I mean power of the upper segment and power of the lower segment, as both are having same amplitude. So both will having a same power as well, right? Now let us calculate the total power. So add the power of carrier, add the power of upper sideband, add the power of lower sideband. So this will become a total power, and find, you know, this is quarter of PC, quarter of PC, M square PC over 4, M square PC over 4. So add these two, this will become half, half of PC multiplied by M square. So take PC common, like this, PC common. So here it will remain 1, and this 1/4 it will become half. So M square of course will come, and PC is common. Now this is the total power. PT is equal to 1 plus M square over 2 into PC. Fine. So you bring PC over PT. So this relation can be uh, used further for calculating the value of the modulation index. Fine. Yes, M. Now, this relation is clearly showing PT is equal to 1 plus M square over 2 into PC, that power, total power is also depending on the value of the M as well, you know. So this is telling us between the total power of the AM, this contains an unmodulated carrier PC. With increase in the value of the M, the total power of the PT will also increase. I mean, PT will become maximum for M is equal to 1. If you are putting M is equal to 1, 1 square means 1. So 1 over 2 means 0.5. So it will be added with 1. So it will become 1.5 PC. So now look at total power is nothing. It is 1.5 times of PC. Fine. So this is how we can calculate the total power. Now, how we can calculate the modulation index in terms of PT and PC, I mean total power and carrier power. Look at using same this occasion. So which the formula which we have developed for total power. So bring down PC over here. Fine. So from here we can calculate M. Now whatever the terms associated with it, like 1, you bring on that side, it will fine, it will be subtracted from PT by PC. Then still 2 is here, multiply 2 by this. So want to calculate M only, take the under root of this value. So this how we can calculate M in terms of PT and PC. What is transmission efficiency? You know, fine. Now from the input end, amplitude modulated signal transmitting the antenna total power, you know, total power. But at the receiving end, we don't want carrier, we want only information. And information is contained in upper and lower sideband. So it will become a output power. Fine. As carrier will be removed at the receiving end. So efficiency is nothing, it is output over input. Output over input. So output power we are getting at the receiving end, only information power which is in lower sideband as well as upper sideband, and this we have calculated mathematically. So what is the total power which we have transmitted? Uh, Look at the denominator. Fine. So simply calculate, take common PC, and PC will be uh, eliminated. PC will cut with PC. So upper quarter plus quarter, you know, half. ठीक है, here it will come, PC will be uh, PC will cut with the PC, you know. So this expression will come ultimately. This is the transmission efficiency. Fine. Efficiency means uh, ratio of output over input. So ratio of output power means whatever the receiver has received the power after removing the carrier. So if you want to calculate in percentage, multiply it with 100%. So this will come transmission efficiency. Fine, percent transmission efficiency. Why M should be as high as possible? The higher percentage of modulation is preferred for strong and more intelligible received signal, because higher percent of modulation means higher value modulation index M, increase the value of M. So transmitted power PT will of the AM transmitter will also increase like this, as we have just quoted example in this particular lecture only, by keeping the value of M is equal to 1, because 1 means modulation index M. When we are keeping M is equal to 1 means 100% modulation, so we can calculate total power. So thus it is ensured that received signal will be strong by having a higher percentage of modulation. Moreover, a strong signal is less likely to get contaminated or lost in the noise, hence becomes more intelligible. While teaching in the class, um, teacher is delivering a lecture. Fine, is some students are sitting in the class and some are making noise or gossips. So that if uh, if teacher's voice, I mean while delivery, if he or she is having a dominant voice, is a loud voice, so whatever the noise will be created by the students, that will not show any adverse effect on the lecture, because power of the transmitter means power of the teacher who is delivering a lecture, that is much more. So this is what the example has been quoted, that more strong signal is less likely to get contaminated or lost in the noise, right? So hence becomes more intelligible. So let us again calculate the AM power in terms of current. Previously, we have calculated the modulation tax in terms of PT and PC. So now calculate AM power in terms of current. Okay, now this is in terms of current. P is equal to I square R. Power is equal to I square R. So here carrier power is equal to IC square into R. IC square means this is carrier current and this is total current. Fine. So total current, because complete amplitude modulated signal is consisting three components: carrier, upper sideband and lower sideband. So this is the power of the carrier, and this is the total power, which is containing upper and lower as well. Fine. Take the ratio, divide PT by PC. Fine. So this R will be cancelled with R. So this IT over IC the whole square, it will remain. And we also know PT by PC in just, we have seen in this lecture only, and this is equal to 1 plus m square over 2 we have calculated. Now this is PT by PC, this is also PT by PC. If left hand sides are equal, then of course right hand sides will also be equal. So after equating, fine, you simply calculate total current. Fine. Now this, if you want to calculate simple, I mean without scare, so you have to take under root of this, and want to calculate IT, multiply this expression with IC. Fine. Fine. I hope you understand now how we can calculate total current in terms of uh, total current in terms of carrier as well as modulation index. So this will come IC into bracket whole under root 1 plus m square over 2. Now from here we can calculate modulation index in terms of current. So just get this expression 2.512 equation. Fine. This. So as we have to calculate m, so whatever the terms are, uh, I mean associated with m, just separate them. One bring on this side, it will be subtracted from this term. Then 2 is there, multiplied by 2. Want to calculate m only, take the under root of this value, right? So this way we can calculate the modulation index in terms of current, right? So I hope you are getting. Now go through quickly some solved you know numerical problem based on AM. Look at, he said a 10 kilowatt carrier wave. Now this is power of what carrier is amplitude modulated at 80% depth of modulation. It means modulation index. This is percentage modulation. So you can calculate m is equal to 0.8 by another sinusoidal modulating signal, that is a information signal. So calculate the sideband power, total power, and the transmission efficiency of the AM. Now look at given parameters are carrier power 10 kilowatt is given and modulation index. This is 80% means 0.8. M is equal to 0.8. So what are the sideband powers? We know this is m square over 4 into PC. Because both the sidebands are having same amplitude, so power will also be same. So simply put down the value of m and PC, just calculate. So this will come 1.6 kilowatt. Now compare power of upper and lower sideband will come 1.6. Look at the power of the carrier. So 10 kilowatt. So from this example, it is clearly depicting, it is clearly indicating that power of the carrier is much more than the power of the sidebands. So what is the total sideband? Simply add total both the sidebands 1.6 plus 1.6, 3.2 kilowatt it will come. Now fine. So total power you add, simply add the power of carrier upper and lower as well. So it will become 13.2 kilowatt. What is transmission efficiency? Put down. We have just calculated m square over 2 plus m square. Want to calculate in percent, multiplied with 100%. So put down the value of m only. So this will come 24.24%. Fine. So look at this figure, and this is quite less. Efficiency is quite less. So that is why this is depending upon the um, in medium wave amplitude modulated signal. So there is a much loss. Carrier is getting more power than the upper and lower sideband. Fine. Okay. Now another example. Look at a transmitter. A transmitter transmits 10 kilowatt of power without modulation. But now without modulation means, and 12 kilowatt after amplitude modulation. So what is the modulation index? Interesting. Fine. Now what are the given parameters? PT 12 kilowatt total power and carrier power is 10 kilowatt. This is without modulation and this is after modulation. After modulation means fine. After modulation means we are adding the powers of upper and lower sideband as well. So want to calculate modulation index, use this relation. PT over PC is equal to 1 plus m square over 2. Now these two are given, so you can calculate m from here. So m will come 0.44, means 44%. Fine. So as it is varying between 0 and 1, so look at, fine. So it is varying between 0 and 1. So percentage 44%. So some other solved examples are also given. You can go through. Fine. Go through and you will get the idea of what is total power, how we can calculate percentage modulation, how we can calculate modulation index, what will be the upper and lower sideband frequencies, how we can calculate the powers of upper and lower sideband. Right. This is what one carrier and one modulating signal was given. We have discussed just amplitude modulated signal for only one modulated signal, which is containing information, and it is being carried by the carrier. Now look at, even though it is not mentioned in your syllabus, but I'm giving you for your information. Even if we are having two modulating signals, fine, but only one carrier. So again, we have to modulate it. It will come carrier only one, but modulating signals are two. It is consisting. Look at, this is modulating. This is the first modulating signal having this peak amplitude, and this is the frequency. Second modulating signal having this peak amplitude, and this is the frequency. Of course, so total modulating signal will become a sum. So this carrier will carry them, these two, the sum of the modulating signal. So amplitude modulated signal Now finally mathematically it will come like this. So of course now look at the 2.62 equation. Look at only one carrier is there and two upper sideband. Look at and two lower sideband. Here one upper for fast modulating, one lower for fast modulating signal, and similarly second upper for second modulating signal and second lower sideband for second modulating signal. So the entire mathematical expression is consisting two upper sideband and two lower sideband with only one carrier. Fine. So look at the frequency spectrum of this. See, only one carrier having this frequency and this amplitude. Look at two upper sideband for first and second, two lower sideband for first and second, and look at their frequency components. So what will be the bandwidth? Come extremely upper minus extremely lower. So this way we can calculate the bandwidth used by this particular signal, right? This is just for your information that if you are having only one modulating signal and if you are having more than one modulating signal, then how the frequency domain will be looking like. I hope you now total power will also will become more because we are having two upper sideband and two lower sideband. Beside carrier is also there. So this way we can calculate. Look at the figure 2.64. So this will come total power. Fine na? Same way, not only for one modulating signal. If you will have n number of modulating signals, you can calculate the total power with this expression. All these terms of all the modulating signal, these powers will be added in this fashion. So up to nth of the term. So total power will become more. Fine. Effective modulation index. This can be calculated from here only if you are given two modulating signal or n number of modulating signals. Fine. And of course, bandwidth of several modulations are extremely upper minus extremely lower. So this will come like this, right? Again, some solid examples are there. You can calculate current, fine, total current, modulation index. So some solid examples are given over here. Now, quickly look at the advantages and disadvantages of this figure. I mean, whatever we have discussed, amplitude modulated signal. Uh, so it is, we have discussed double sideband full carrier. And what are its disadvantages? Disadvantage is major. We have just seen the time diagram and frequency domain diagram. See, carrier is carrying huge power, carrier signal. So power wastage is much. Power wastage takes place, and it needs large bandwidth as well, and of course gets affected by noise as well. How? Let me show you how. Okay. So power wastage. These are explained as follow. Carrier signal in double sideband full carrier system does not convey any information. No doubt, it is not carrying. It is carrying information, but it is not having information. The purpose of carrier only just to carry the information, uh, but it is not carrying. I mean, it is not having the information. So it has to carry the only. So information is contained in two sidebands, and but both the sidebands images are each other. I mean, because they are images of each other. Their amplitude are same, bit frequency difference upper and lower, but both contain the same information, right? So thus all the information can be conveyed by. Now if both the sidebands are containing same information, then what is this purpose of sending both the sidebands? We can solve the purpose with only one sideband. Fine now. So information can be conveyed by only one sideband. This is what how we can improve for avoiding wastage of power. Now wastage of power. Now look at total power is this carrier upper and lower. Fine, and this is what we have calculated mathematically. Fine now. Fine. So total power, total power is this. Now, if we can use only one, one sideband can convey the information. It means power of the carrier and power of one sideband. This is the power. Now look at if only one sideband can solve our purpose having information, then what is the role of the carrier and another sideband? So this much is the wastage of power. Fine, now this much is the wastage of power. So this is the big disadvantage of the AM signal. Bandwidth, of course, up extremely upper minus extremely lower. You can calculate it is coming to twice of FM. This is due to the simultaneous transmission of both these segments, out of which only one is sufficient to convey all the information. As we are in double segment full carrier, as we are transmitting information, uh, one carrier and two segments. So of course, upper segment and lower segment, they are consisting frequency components. So when we are calculating the bandwidth, it comes 2 FM. As we know that only one sideband can solve the purpose. So that is why if information is contained in two sidebands, carrier is carrying them, of course bandwidth will be higher. So although it can be solved with only one sideband. So there, when you are using only one sideband, there fine, their bandwidth will be less, and the rest of the part of the frequency spectrum that can be used for some other purpose. This way we can save the frequency and we can save the power as well. Next time I will let you know. Fine. How this noise is showing its adverse effect uh, on the amplitude modulated signal. See, AM wave travels from transmitter to receiver over communication channel and noise gets added to it. So once in, as I already told you in the beginning of this chapter, that once noise added, especially in analog system, analog communication system, it cannot be eliminated completely, although it can be controlled somewhat by using different techniques. But in digital, it can be detected as well as corrected. So nature of the noise, and of course, uh, that is random in nature. So amplitude of the envelope will also be in looking will in a random manner. So look at how it gets distorted. That is why when you are listening radio, while getting signal through medium wave, which is using amplitude modulation, so you are not getting good quality of signal. This is how AM wave signal is affected by the noise. Fine. So I hope you understand the concepts. Uh, what are the various power components in the amplitude modulated signal? Carrier, upper sideband, lower sideband. We have calculated mathematically. Fine. And I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Okay. Next time we will meet. Uh, this is what amplitude. Next time we will also discuss some other types of amplitude modulated signals. Fine. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Good day. Thank you very much, and God bless all.